So what I'm going to do is just a simple cylinder lying down. Standing up, it's basically the same, just more a bit strokey. Maybe we can do both. So remember, the first thing you want to do when you start drawing a cylinder is to start with the central axis, so that you can orient your ellipses correctly. Then you draw a line that's perpendicular and estimate the width. Okay. And then draw an ellipse around that. So really light, as light as I can. The ellipse at the back is going to be the minor axis will be bigger, so it's going to be rounder. Remember, it's because of the perspective, it's angling out this way. So that's going to be rounder, but it's also going to be tapered in. So I'm going to turn my page a bit. So I want to draw lines this way, which converge a little bit, so we get the perspective in it. So remember, the rule is the best approach is always to start from the big volumes, the outside shapes, and then work in towards the details. So you have to look as you go and correct. So I've got a reasonable estimation of a cylinder here. Now I'm going to darken that bottom edge there, and I want to put a few different elements in. So it's just going to be a little cylinder with a lid. These ellipses should get smaller. Oops, I mean the minor axis is smaller. I'm not getting these quite. Oh, they should get bigger. What am I talking about? This should get rounder, and it should get rounder and rounder. So an alley? No. Okay, so I can still decide which bits I want to have as elements. I'm going to put just a base here, maybe. So this is going to be a different material. And maybe here also. Oh, just a thin cap. So what I want is a few. Oops. Yeah. So I'll try and keep it. Yeah, that's okay. So I've got my basic setup. Now I want to think about this. So I want this. I'm deciding as I go a little bit what I want here. The bottom edge, the bottom here, I want to have a different material, and the middle section is going to be chrome. And so to make this clear, I want to put a reflection on this surface. So I'm going to draw a square shape, well, basically a piece of paper or a coloured surface underneath it. Now, considering the vanishing point for this is about here, generally it's about there on your page, I've got to draw another surface underneath it, actually. I'll draw a little bit of something like this. And I just have to be a little bit careful with the convergence of these lines, so that that's staying, so it looks like it's on the same plane. You don't want a really flat looking surface and a round looking thing on it. Okay, so I've got that. It's okay, I think. Maybe this line should be up a bit more. Yeah. So I'll put a colour underneath it, which I'm going to reflect up into the surface. I think we'll try this orange. It doesn't matter really which colour it is. Oops, so I'll just go for the outside edges. Oh, here a bit too, let's go behind. And then I'm just going to colour this in. Okay, so I'm trying to use the stripes, the streakiness and the stripiness is just something you have to live with, so you have to use it a little bit to your advantage. I'm going this way because I want those stripes to show more of a horizontal surface. Okay, now I'm going to look at the stripes. You want a few different grey tints. So I've got an N5 here, we've got a C9 and a 7, N7. It doesn't, you don't need that many, 3 is enough, but it's nice to have a few different ones. I'm going to start with a light grey, just to, because light is less of a risk to start with. So I'll just start putting a few stripes on it now. One here. I'm going to go just to the edges here, because those edges are not going to be the chrome elements. Maybe one here, little one. Maybe something here. So I've got a few little ones. I'm going to go up and use an N5. Now, what you've often got, as you can see here, is a kind of like a horizon. And this bottom half, which is curved down, reflects the floor surface. So here you can see it's reflecting just on that bottom edge a little bit of the book color. See? So we're going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to just let this sort of flicks up like this, and then comes across. It's a bit higher here, so maybe it comes up a bit. And I'll let it be a little bit streaky and a bit more just suggestive. You don't have to block it all in like a colouring in book. It's sketching, so you can draw a bit loose. Just a few of those. It's nice to try and get your line to look like it happened quick. Especially with chrome, you want this, it's a smooth surface, so the lines sort of shoot along. On the back edge, another stripes. So like you've seen in all the images, basically all you have to do is put stripes in. I'm going to put one here. This is basically the horizon line, and we'll imagine kind of standard chrome effect is to have that. It's outside, and it's sunrise, and we've got a slow gradient coming from the horizon forward. So it's on the horizon, it's darker, so we're going to get a nice dark edge here. So there. And then it gets a little bit, the warmer greys are coming down this way. So just some stripes, different ones, like this. So I'm going to take a mid-tone grey now, N3, and I'll put a few more lines up here. Maybe one here. So what I want is I want to keep it really light next to my darkest stripe, and that's where the horizon is.